July's over. We are now 8 months into 2019, which is pretty much insane. And I think this is the biggest month I've ever actually bought movies. I bought so many movies. When I put the stack beside me, I'm like, I think I spent too much money on movies. And as well, I actually bought a lot more comics than I usually buy this month. So I got a whole other stack on the other side of me, and that's even bigger. I also bought a Funko Pop. Let's talk about all this. Hi, my name is Lushin, and I love to watch movies, play video games, read comic books, just anything nerdy. I'm all about that. That's why I spent a lot of money on movies this month. But bearing in mind, the only movie I spent a ridiculous amount of money on, which wasn't even that high, I think it's about 25, I'm not sure, but that was the biggest release this month. The rest of them are all, like, there was one or two at 10, and then the rest are really low, like where I got some of them for €1 and even €2. So a lot of even though I did buy a lot of movies, I didn't actually spend a lot on them because I got a lot of them on sale or just discounts, so it worked out really well. But to start off, this is the movie, the biggest release of this month, and the movie I spent the most money on, of course, is Captain Marvel. Of course, I'm a huge Marvel fan. I'm gonna buy the movie. I did enjoy it. It's not my favorite Marvel movie, but it's also not my least favorite. It's right there in the middle with Brie Larson. I think herself, I'm not a huge fan of her, but her as Captain Marvel, I did enjoy. She's a lot to take, but I did enjoy her as a character. I enjoy the character of Captain Marvel a lot. I don't understand why people don't really like her that much. I think it's more directed at the actress rather than the actual character herself. Sam Jackson in this movie, seeing him the age, was amazing, and I'm pretty sure his name is Talos the Skrull. Just a great new addition to the MCU. And then, of course, huge Disney fan, and I'm also collecting all the Disney Steelbooks, or the Disney Classics. So, of course, I got some Disney Classics right here. One of them is a Steelbook, so I'm going to have to re-buy it in the Disney Classics slipcover, but they haven't released it yet because it's only new out. It's Wreck-It Ralph 2. I bought this on Zavi, whatever it's called, but I got it, for some reason they had some weird kind of sale this month. I can't remember what it's called, but I got this for like €10, and I'm like, okay, I want to watch this movie again. It's a Steelbook. It's a lot cheaper than buying the regular Blu Ray in store, so I'm going to buy this and rewatch it because I wanted to see that all my Disney scene again, see if I can catch anything else. I didn't, but I wanted to anyways. And the Disney Classics I picked up, first off, the first time I watched this movie, and I was actually really enjoying it, and I was halfway through, I'm like, who is that actor? I couldn't think of it. I'm like, I think that's Michael J. Fox, and I googled it, and it was Michael J. Fox in this role. It's a weird movie where it does not feel like a Disney movie at all. If, like, my whole thing about this era, the post-Renaissance era, as far as I know, the era, I think it goes from Emperor's New Groove up into Bolt. This whole era, it does not feel like Disney. It feels more like DreamWorks or some other anime studio trying to copy Disney. So this movie, it does not feel like a Disney movie whatsoever. So it's like, if I seen that on the shelf, or not, if actually the movie cover or the poster just in itself, no Disney, I would think it was a DreamWorks movie. Even the animation style looks a lot like Disney movie. But next up, I've got a classic Disney movie that you know is a Disney movie straight off. Pocahontas. I bought this in preparation for my whole Disney Renaissance ranking. It was a pleasant surprise. I haven't watched this in so many years. The music is great. The animation is just beautiful. The story itself is kind of generic, but it's still such an enjoyable movie because it's Disney, and Disney put a spin on something that just makes it so much better than what any other studio can do, in my opinion. And then another movie from that post-Renaissance era that does not feel like a Disney movie. I've got Home on the Range, The Wild, and Bolt. 3 movies. I haven't watched The Wild yet since I was a kid, so I can't really say much about that. I haven't rewatched it. Bolt, on the other hand, oh my god, this movie is so much better than I remember it being. It's just, even the voice acting is, you can tell who it is, but it's just so good, and it's just a different kind of movie. Still, as I said with Atlantis, does not feel like a Disney movie at all. And then Home on the Range, I watched this yesterday, and I wasn't expecting much, and my expectations didn't go up or down, it just stayed where it was. And it's not that good. The music in it is kind of catchy, but the story itself wasn't that good. Didn't like the cows, didn't like the villain. The horse was good, but he did feel like an Eddie Murphy Mushu kind of rip off a bit, and I didn't like him. I kept thinking, is that Eddie Murphy? I'm like, no, it can't be Eddie Murphy. And there was someone else I was thinking, Chris Rock, and I'm like, it's not Chris Rock either. And then I seen it was the guy from Daddy Daycare. I'm like, oh, okay, he's just doing a rip off Chris Rock Eddie Murphy impression, and it just didn't really work for me at all. And then now these are the movies that were all cheap, like really cheap. So I got these. These are ones that vary from 6 to I think €1. Of course, a movie I have not seen since I was younger. Now, when I say younger, I mean like 13, 14, and I loved it. And it's risky business. It's such a fun movie where a guy whose parents go away, so he just makes a whorehouse in his home, and it's a funny movie. It's great comedy. It's just overall, it's great. I love that scene when I think everyone knows it, when it's old time rock and roll and he slides across. Of course, I've recreated it so many times myself, but it's just such a fun movie. And for the movie that was €1, the biggest surprise, and when I seen it for €1, I'm like, anyone their sane mind could not leave this movie here, and it's Willy Wonka. I haven't seen it in years, but I remember just loving it, and I'm really excited to rewatch it. And for €1, how could you not buy this movie? It's an absolute classic. Gene Wilder, who does The Tumble, but how can you not pick this up for €1? You'd be absolutely insane not to. And then a €2 movie, which was a huge surprise as well. I'm like, as well, how could you not pick that up? Haven't seen it in years either, but it's an absolute classic. So who would you say I wouldn't pick it up? Mrs. Doubtfire. Oh, it's a kind of insane plot where a husband and wife getting divorced, and the only way the father is able to see his kids is by dressing up as a woman and pretending to be the maid. And of course, having Robin Williams in that role, an absolute classic comedian, having him be able to portray that role, it makes it so much better. And I'm really, really excited to rewatch this movie. And probably Damien Chazelle's best movie, right after La La Land, probably comes in second, but then Whiplash, of course, is the best, where you've got J.K. Simmons is just incredible in this movie, where if you give a retard a calculator, he try to turn TV on with it. He's got incredible quotes like that, just so many more, and I love this movie. It's so much better than Whiplash, or so much better than La La Land. It's a million times better than First Man. I do enjoy First Man, but this movie itself is just incredible. And then I personally think it's my favorite, just not genre blending movies, but just a straight up comedy. I think Game Night is definitely the best of last year. It's just such a unique kind of idea. All the characters are really likable. Even the neighbor, who they really exclude a lot. He's so funny. It's just such an enjoyable movie. And if you haven't seen it, it's one movie I 100% recommend you to see, because if you do watch it, you just will not be disappointed. And as well, we had Amazon Prime Day this year, which I think made, if you're a member of Amazon Prime, you get stuff a lot cheaper. So I got both of these movies for €5, and I'm like, okay, I want both these. I cannot say no. And the first one is probably a movie that isn't definitely in my top 10 this year. Fighting with My Family. It's such a movie that surprised me. Didn't know it was coming out. Didn't know anything about it until I seen it in the movie listing for that day. I'm like, what's that? I'm like, okay, I'll go see that. It's not that long away. I'm like, oh, I'm glad I seen this. Florence Pugh, absolutely incredible. I seen her in Midsommar there during the month. Didn't know it was her until after I googled it. I'm like, oh, she's a brilliant actress, and I'm really looking forward to what she does next. I seen that she's going to be in the new Black Widow movie, and I'm really excited, because this movie is such a funny, heartwarming, great family movie. I bought it. I haven't rewatched it yet. My girlfriend watched it last night, and she loved it. She said she understands, but I kept going on about it so much because it's that good. And then a movie, I was sick there at Christmas. I kind of watched a lot of the old DreamWorks movies I hadn't seen in years on Netflix. And I watched the whole trilogy of the Madagascar trilogy, and I was like, why don't I own these movies? These are great. So I've been kind of keeping my eye out for the right price, one with a slipcover, and Amazon finally had the right price and with a slipcover all at once. So I'm like, I can't say no, I have to get it. So I bought all three of them. Haven't rewatched them yet either, but I'm really, really excited to. And Quentin Tarantino's Once Upon a Time in Hollywood is coming out next month. I'm extremely excited for it. So I watched Django Unchained, and I also picked up 3 Quentin Tarantino movies, because of course I was surprised I only had Django Unchained in my collection, so I bought more of them. So of course Pulp Fiction, had to pick it up. I haven't seen it in about a year or two, and I'm kind of disappointed I haven't, because from memory it's an amazing movie, and I'm actually really looking forward to picking it up again. Now, actually, bear in mind, the only reason I haven't watched any of these yet is because I picked them up all yesterday, so it's kind of hard to watch almost 3 hour long movies in one day. So, and as well, you got a full-time job, it is hard to do all this. And I picked up, I haven't seen this movie yet, heard nothing but good things, but you can say that about all Quentin Tarantino movies. So I picked up The Hateful Eight. I heard it is a little too long, but what I have heard about this movie is it is extremely enjoyable, and I'm actually really looking forward to watching it. Now, this movie, I watched half of it. I got up to the scene where they're in the restaurant, and I can't remember what's happening. See, it's been a while, because I think it was 2 months ago. I can't exactly remember what happened in the scene, but I got up to that point. I'm like, okay, I'm tired. I might go to bed. I was watching it on Netflix next day. It was just disappeared off Netflix. That's why I'm getting sick of Netflix, because they do stuff like this. That's why when I want to watch a movie, and I want to watch a movie multiple times, I don't want to rely on Netflix. I want to actually own it. So I picked up Inglourious Bastards. I'm going to rewatch movies from start to finish, because I don't remember it. It was a month ago. Or 2 months ago. I'm going to have to watch the start of it again so I can understand the ending of it. And I'm really looking forward to it. So that's all the movies I bought. So now I'm going to get into the Funko Pop. and the comic books I picked up. So I picked up one Funko. Well, my girlfriend picked it up for me. I was away. I really wanted it, so she goes, "Okay, I'll go get it for you." It's Chuckles from Toy Story. It's a Comic Con exclusive, and it's Chuckles. He's a great character from Toy Story 3, and it's Toy Story. And if you don't know this, I like Toy Story, so of course I'm gonna get it. Now, I got really into comics this month, surprisingly, but this is a comic, it's probably my favourite one I read this month, and it's Old Man Logan. It is absolutely insane. Now, I bought all these comics when I was in London. The comic books are actually a lot cheaper over there. But this, I think I got this for £15. It's about 50-60 € here, so I'm like, okay, I'm going to pick up a lot, so I picked this up, and it is absolutely incredible. I heard Old Man Hawkeye's happening at the moment, so I'm going to get that and read that next, and Old Man Quill, I'm going to read that as well, because this itself is just amazing. And then I bought this for on the plane way over, and this is, as well, it is really good, but it's not as good as Old Man Logan. But House of M, such an interesting story, and after reading all these, Wolverine is becoming he's probably one of my favourite Marvel heroes now after reading it, because the movies never really put him there, but after reading the comics, like, jeez, Wolverine's awesome. So House of M, such a great comic. Now this one, from this point on, I haven't read them yet, but they're in my pile. I'm halfway through Avengers vs X-Men, and it's a really good one so far as well. It's very much Wolverine's focused. Great, Captain America is a big major part of it. Spider-Man's in the background, all these quips. We got Cyclops, we got Iron Man. Just Avengers vs X-Men. It's not how I thought it was going to go, because all I knew was what I thought, but how it is playing out, I'm really enjoying. This movie is next on my list to read. I've got Age of Ultron. I heard that the movie and the comic are no way similar, so I'm like, let's read the comic, because the movie's good, but let's see if the comic's any better, and I'm really looking forward to it. Just in that cover alone, I'm extremely excited to read this. And then I bought this at the start of the month after the last comic on my list. After reading that one, I bought this one because I wanted to read something different. So I think that's why, because of the last one, that's the reason I got a lot of Marvel ones, because I'll explain anyways. But I bought Secret Invasion. I haven't read it. I'm really excited to read it, but it's at the bottom of my list at the moment, because these ones, I'm really more excited to read these ones, so this got pushed to the bottom. But this comic itself looks great, and I'm assuming the movies are going to go this route, so look forward to reading it. Now this comic, this is the reason I moved on to Marvel comics, because The Walking Dead finished this month, and it really broke my heart, because I've been reading this for years, and now it's finished. I was like, what do I do now? So I moved on to Marvel comics. I'm really enjoying it, but the Walking Dead is just, it's my favourite show of all time. I think it'll always be my favourite comic of all time. It's just, The Walking Dead is a masterpiece in my opinion, and I'm devastated if it's over, but at least it had a happy ending. Or like some shows, Game of Thrones, great ending. I'd happily read this again, where I'm not that pushed on watching Game of Thrones again, but I've read The Walking Dead 3-4 times from start to finish, and I'd happily do it 10 more times, because this itself is just an amazing story. See, I've got it in the plastic, because this is the first release. I went to 5 comic book stores to get this, and I don't think I'll ever sell it, but I just want to keep it protected, because I'm so happy that I own this first release, but I'm also really disappointed that it's over, because it is my favorite comic of all time. But that's everything I bought this month. Let me know what movies you bought, if you bought any comics, any pop vinyls. Let me know what you got. Let me know if there's anything you think I bought was really cool. Either way, if you're new to my channel, don't forget to click subscribe, because I do like to do hauls, movie reviews, comic reviews, anything like that. I'm all about that. I reviewed Fear the Walking every week. I'll be reviewing The Walking Dead every week when it comes out. So if you want all that, click subscribe, like the video as well. That I do appreciate that. And as always, thanks for watching.